Hello, I, Komal Pardeshi from Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur, want to represent topic Decision Control Structure in C. The learning objective of this topic are student will able to state the syntax of if and if else statements. Student will able to list the expression used in these statements. Student will be able to identify how and where to use if and if else statement in the program. Control structures in C. Basically, C control structure includes conditional statements if else, loop control statements, while, do while, for, and selection statements switch. From these we are going to study conditional statements, that is if and if else. Many a times we want a set of instructions to be executed in one situation and another set of instructions to be executed in another situation. This is handled by using decision control instructions in C. That decision control instructions are conditional statements in C. It is called if else. The if else statement can exist in two forms. Without else means only if statement, and with else means if else. The syntax of the two forms are, first we are going to see the syntax of without else. If into bracket some expression, if this expression is true, then the statement will get executed. Now this is a simple statement. Why it is simple? Because suppose we want to write only one statement in if, then it is called as a simple statement. The same syntax we have written here for multiple statements. Whenever we want to write multiple statements in if, then we can enclose that multiple statement in curly brackets. This is called as a compound statement. This is the syntax for without else, means only if. Here the statement will get executed only if the condition is true. If condition is false, then nothing will get executed. Suppose we want to execute the statement if condition is false. So the syntax given is with else. If this expression is true, then statement 1 will get executed. If this expression is false, then statement 2 will get executed. As here only one statement is given, it is a simple statement. If we want to write multiple statements, then we can write it in curly brackets, and then it is called as a compound statement. Now what this expression is? Now expression is nothing but we are going to compare two variables, value of two variables, and to compare that value we are going to use the operators in C. First operator is equal to operator, x equal to y. If this expression is true, then this expression is true only if x is equal to y. Next operator is not equal to, x not equal to y. This expression will be true only if x is not equal to y, means both variables have different values. Less than, the x less than y. If x is less than y, then expression will be true. Same as x less than equal to y, x greater than y, and x greater than equal to y. Now example for if. Now we know the syntax for if, that if expression is true, then statement 1 will be executed, and in expression we are going to write such type of conditions. And if that condition is true, then only the next statement will get executed. Now the first example is, suppose we want to check whether number entered by user is less than 10. Here I will declare one variable as a num. Then here we can take input from a user and read it in variable num. Now I am going to compare this num less than 10, and if this num less than 10 expression is true, means the number entered by user is less than 10, then only this printf is going to execute that you have entered the number less than 10. But if user enters number greater than 10, then nothing is going to happen because we have not given the else statement. So if statement gets executed only if condition is true. Now next we are going to see the example for if else. As we know the syntax for if else, if the condition is true, then or expression is true, then execute statement 1, else execute statement 2. Now the same example we are going to consider here to check whether entered number is less than 10. Again declare variable num as an integer, take input num from user. If the value of variable num is less than 10, if this expression is true, means the number entered by user is less than 10, then this printf will get executed that you have entered number less than 10. But if user enters number equal to 10 or greater than 10, then the next printf will get executed, that is you have entered number greater than 10. Now based on this if else, again we are going to see one more program to check whether entered number is even or odd. Now we know that the number is even only if it is divisible by 2. So here I am going to declare two variables, num and ans. Num variable is used to take input from user. Here we will take input from user and store that in variable num. Now I am going to check whether the entered number is modified or divisible by 2. For that I am going to use mod operator, arithmetic operator, to check whether it gives remainder 0, and I am going to store it in variable ans. So it checks whether number is divisible by 2. If the value of variable ans is equal to 0, if this expression is true, then this printf statement that entered number is even will get executed. But if the value of variable ans is not equal to 0, means this condition, this expression is false, then it will go in else loop and execute entered number is odd. Now here, though I have given only single statement in if, still I have used curly brackets. Means we can use the curly brackets for single statement also. This single statement can be considered as a compound. It is allowed if you don't use these curly brackets. The curly brackets are required only if we have multiple statements in if or else. It is also allowed whenever you have a single statement. So thus we can conclude that the if statement, the statement written in if, gets executed only if the expression is true, and the else statement gets executed only if the statement is, the expression given in if is false. Thank you.